So I'm going to take you along with my daily chores. This is the time of year it gets really, really busy for me. This is just a very, very small rack where I start my vegetables and marigolds. I actually start in January. Then when it gets warm enough, I'll start my transplanting. I've actually already started, and I'll show you. These are chili peppers for my wife. Marigolds. The reason why you see farmers planting a lot of marigolds is that they deter pests like aphids because of the smell of marigolds. And a lot of microgreens I have going. Long Asian string beans. And so on. My blueberry bushes are brought out of hibernation and they're starting to green up and bud. You got about between 11 and 12 fruit trees. My pear tree, yes, happy. Apple tree. Yeah, just starting. My peach tree. Yeah, they're starting to green up. Last year here in the Okanagan, we lost all of our stone fruit trees, peach trees, apricots, most cherry, and so on. Because we had after the fruit buds started coming out, then we had a sudden freeze that killed them all off. Check one of my greenhouses. It's my winter man cave, so I'm switching over now. This is the back half, so this will won't get as warm, so I still have some cool weather vegetables, radish. Green onions, chive. Much more kale. I hate kale. My wife likes it. I'm also trying to grow a lot more so I can sell it to my community. I have a little bit of source of income coming in. And my greenhouse is now powered by one of my homemade solar units. So two 100 amp 12 volt batteries, 12.8, so that'll give me 2,500 storage watts, which is more than enough for the summertime because I do have to keep a lot of fans going. And 1,000 watt pure sine wave inverter, charge controller, isolation switches, isolation switch for solar, fuses, everything that's proper and safe. I actually got all my fuses are all behind there and bus bars. So the sun is just barely coming up. That's actually wattage used. So hang on a minute. Turn off the inverter. Yeah, so the sun is barely coming up. My panels are barely picking anything up. 35 watts. My smaller greenhouse, getting it ready. Rainwater catchment. Of course, my tunnel. This is last year's strawberries. They're coming back. Oh yeah, happy. Everberry, so they're coming back. A lot of them. Got a lot of spinach going here. You gotta check for aphids. They like the underside of the leaf and they like the small new leaves. As long as you got some good airflow going, that'll deter. What's this? I see. Bastards. I do have onions growing in between, so aphids do not like the smell of onions. They'll be coming up soon. My carrots planted. So once again, because the area inside here is really, really small, it does not take much passive solar energy to keep this warm, very warm. I think we're almost out of our below 0 Celsius freezing. Now the front of my house, I actually start planting in the beginning of February, even though it's well below 0. Potatoes. And once again, I have 3 inches of foam board insulation behind the siding, which prevents the soil from freezing. Often doesn't even get cold. That's a kale. Carrots coming up. Now once again, folks, so the purpose of the polycarbonate panels is to protect the vegetables from the harsh ultraviolet radiation. So in the summertime, I actually keep these closed, or I'll keep them just cracked open a little bit for airflow. These panels, they come out in the springtime soon, so I have my airflow coming through in the bottom. Take them out from the sides as well. A radish coming up. Some Swiss chards. More gross kale. So once again, if you're going to design something like this, insulate the outside with foam board insulation. Gives you a head start, and extending into past summer. Twin wall polycarbonate panel. Keep them closed most of the way. You keep them cracked open a little bit for additional airflow. And again, the purpose is to protect from the harsh ultraviolet sea levels coming in. I'll go up top. They're last year's strawberries. They are coming back quite well. The reason why I have garbage cans inside my bed is holds water. Peas. Compost pile. Looks kind of bad now, but I'll show you what it's going to look like in the springtime in a minute. Keeping the soil warm for potatoes. More blueberry bushes. Gotta check my pear and apricot trees. Oh, not yet. I actually had steps like that one in between each planter, but I decided to close them in, fill it full of dirt, and plant in some fruit trees. Oh yeah, okay, it's coming out. Pear tree. These are going to be third year pear trees. It's an apricot tree. We lost all of our stone fruit. I lost this one. Not even the leaves came out from the harsh freeze we had. This one's coming back. Got 4 apricot, 2 I lost. I'm hoping it's not going to be permanent. Shit. Okay, well, we got buds on this one. So I lost 2 of 4. And when I'm done, it's going to look like this. So if you're thinking about becoming more self-sufficient with your food, there's a hell of a lot to learn and not too much time left to learn it. You need some space. Make use of dead space. I have only a 1/4 acre home lot. I'm making use of all the dead space I have. I'm using maybe about 900 square feet total. That includes greenhouses and just my planters and just everything. You need practiced, you need knowledge, you need skills, you need to know what you're doing. You have to be able to grow at least 10 months of the year to completely break away from the system when it comes to vegetables, at least. And there's a lot that you can grow if you do it right, if you protect your growing areas. For example, if you're building any type of a raised bed, even a greenhouse, put lots of insulation on the outside perimeter. I use at least 3 inches, and that keeps the soil from freezing in the winter. So you can continue growing and you can start early. My blue boxes in the front. So I'll start my transplants inside in January, and sometime in February, even though it's well below freezing, my cold hardy vegetables, I'll put the transplants outside. So here in the Okanagan, while everybody waits until the May long weekend to start planting their seeds out in the open garden, I'm doing my first harvest and doing my second sowing of seeds. So you can get, most vegetables need 90 days, some longer, before they're ready. So I can get 3 growing cycles in. And that's what you have to do. It's a lot more than just throwing seeds in a patch of dirt and walk away and come back in 3 months. You need to know about your companion planting, what grows good next to each other, what does not grow good, pest control, aphids, air circulation is very important. Temperature control. Last winter I did not have my bubble wrap and my heater failed one night. One night failure, I lost everything inside my greenhouse. And I do mean I lost everything. So there's a heck of a lot to know. Protecting everything from the harsh ultraviolet radiation is very, very important. Polycarbonate panels or UV shade cloths that I had to put out on everything. Now, everything I've shown you took me quite a bit of time just to get everything going. That's mostly because of tight budget squeeze. You have to have the time to do it every single day. So in the beginning, when I get everything going, which is actually in the wintertime, it takes me 10 to 12 hours a day just to get everything going, to rejuvenate the soil and so forth. And then doing all my seeding, sowing, and transplanting. But once everything is going, you need at least 4 hours a day. All your watering. Each day you're going to do something different. You're fertilizing. I use homemade fertilizer, milk and yeast fertilizer. I'll show you that later. So I'm going to try and take you with me most days to show you my tasks. And it's also one reason why I'm away from my computer for many hours at a time. I really don't know what's going on in the world unless something flashes on my phone, one of my apps. But if you want to be self-sufficient, time. You have to devote a lot of time into it. I'm trying to grow more leafy vegetables than I need so I can sell to my community. Try and provide a little bit for them. And it's also, so you want to keep producing as long as you can so you have fresh vegetables, but overproduce so the rest you put in storage. For example, I have in my freezer from last year, I still have lots of carrots, peas, string beans, beets, strawberries, all grown here. So you want to grow as much as you possibly can. Overgrow. Pressure canning, if you can do that. I haven't gotten into that yet. But it's a satisfaction of having your own crops, organic, fresh, free, convenient, right on your own little private little homestead. And like I said, I'm doing it on a 1/4 acre home lot. Can't wait to get off grid soon. I'm having some problems convincing the wife. But like I said, I'm going to take you with me as much as I can. See you later.